Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
I have never seen someone so discombobulated.
Oh my gosh!
Just take the mic in front of you, Bob.
Right. Somehow or other, I looked
Wow,
at.
it's Tuesday.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning.
With Bob Plass and JPEG Luca.
I could not. None of us could have set that up any better.
I'm trying first. I'm doing the. I'm clearing the set for Marcia Sanford, who wants to see our faces without the microphones in front.
I'm
of
working
them.
on that. I'm getting a low rise. Those are ordered.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, but somehow or other, I don't know. It feels different, and there's lots of stuff in front of me. You know how you have a cluttered desk? Do you
Marshall, I'll give you the
desk?
wide shot. Look at that. There's the whole thing.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
A clean desk is a sign of a sick mind. I'm convinced of that.
Is that
That's
right?
true.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, my desk, I have piles. I have this pile and that pile.
And they're organized. Don't mess with my piles of stuff.
Yeah. James is forever telling me that I have piles all over the house, but they're strategically placed because I need them where they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I think so, yes.
I need them where they are.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my stuff. Well, I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
What the only exception to that in my case, in my office at home, I've got a mess on the desk. I know where everything is. Don't mess with it, because if you clean it up, I'll never find it again. The only exception to that is when I'm out doing a show. If I've got to have everything in its place, in its road case. It lives.
Oh,
here,
I've seen your. Oh my God. Yeah. And God help you if your helper puts it in the. No. And you're very kind about telling us that doesn't belong there.
Well, I don't think I'm that kind, but
all right.
But everything has to be in the road case, because the next day, wherever I go, I've got to be able to unpack it and find it in the same place. I don't have time to go hunting for stuff.
Don't you hate when that happens, when it's not in the right place?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
that happens to me a lot.
So in your socks and underwear drawer, do you have them in a certain order in your dressing?
You have a socks and underwear drawer?
I have a drawer for socks. And then I have a drawer for underwear, and then
those are separate. That's good. You can't have a socks and underwear.
Oh no!
Mine is the same.
You can't.
Oh, you have the
can't
same.
have them
I don't have a
both
big enough dresser.
You can't have them both in the same drawer. You can't.
No.
One can't mess with the other.
But it's strange because I'm forever trying to pack in the T-shirts, and then there's a drawer below it that's practically empty. But I don't
want to lean over. No, and I was just going through this with Marion the other day. She goes, "Can't you clean out that drawer? Because I know I only wear 5 or 6 shirts that are in the drawer, and there's 40 in there."
Oh no, I know. I think there is a business for this, and I think people do come in. Who's it? That woman's
That's true.
That lovely Asian woman on the television.
I'll clean your house for you.
Yeah. But somebody to come in and pretend that they're you, and then you don't have any say in what they throw up.
Why would anyone want to pretend they're me?
I don't know, but now I'm thinking, does anybody really want to go through my underwear? I don't really think that. Oh my God! Speaking of underwear, wait a minute. Peter Cole's October's last. Oh my God! The odd operator of October.
I'll take that.
Where I can't wait to get out of October because I've had more trouble with the O's. He's behind the board. JPEG Luca is trusty, dusty, lusty, musty, and crusty, and well-modulated sidekick is sitting right here.
He always gets that right.
Yeah, I get that right. Yeah. Okay, so here's my complaint of the day, I suppose. Maybe it's the week or the month.
Okay.
Recently, I was at a party. I was at a reception at the Renova Gallery. And in the middle of it, my underwear slipped. Excuse me, DJ. My underwear slipped to my knees.
Oh, I've never had that happen, but it's gone down.
Oh my God!
Old pair of underwear or something with no elastic.
No, it's like a pair of underwear that I bought maybe last year or something.
Assuming you're wearing pants, how does that happen?
I'm wearing pants, and
it doesn't go down to your knees. It just goes down.
I think I said Kenny was taking pictures of it or something. I said, Kenny, my underwear is at my knees. What do I do? Do I waddle across the room for another glass of wine,
run,
or do
Bob,
I? Yeah.
I can see where that would be a problem if you were wearing a kilt.
Oh my!
But if you're wearing pants, who's going to know?
No, but have you ever felt that? And then I'm thinking, what if it gets to the bottom of my feet, and then it's sort of like I've got like chains around my bottom of my legs? Then I'm really waddled.
And
they never go that far.
It's impossible.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
And why is underwear a pair, but a bra is only one?
Oh.
Never mind.
Oh, okay, right. And is underwear the plural of you don't say underwears.
Underwear. It's like
underwear is one.
It's
and
always singular.
Many. It's always singular.
It's like moose and moose.
Mooses.
Oh,
okay, got it.
You can't have mooses.
All right. So here's the irony of this.
What?
In my
Where are we going?
in my underwear drawer, okay, is a pair of underwear that I bought in Poggio Bonzi, Italy. Yes, Poggio Bonzi, Italy. My underwear, when I first met James, he'll tell that story. My underwear and clothes were lost in Amsterdam, so I was walking around and I needed underwear.
I remember you telling that story.
Yeah. So we went to this place, and this lovely Italian woman who has probably passed on by now sold me some underwear. That underwear's elastic is like it was yesterday. The underwear that I bought from Hanes or Jockey or Calvin Klein or whatever.
That's because Italy knows how to make good underwear.
Yeah, we're a disposable society.
Oh
Bob.
my gosh! Yeah. So
relationships.
Yeah. No. That's true.
Clothes.
Yeah.
Cars.
So now I'm thinking I'm going
appliances.
to have an underwear pile, one for the risky underwear and one for the.
The risque?
Yeah. Not the risque underwear, the risky underwear. The risk is that it's going to
Risky is going to fall off.
There's nothing worse. I don't know. Do women go through that? We'll have to ask women friends of ourselves.
I'm not sure that conversation would go well.
They want to talk
right.
about it. Okay.
They won't talk about it on the air, Bob.
All right. Well, at any rate, I first, and the other thing today is, where do I park, Peter, when I come out here in the middle of the night? And
you park next to JP.
So I park right in front of the Studio 120 here.
No, right across the way. He parks across the way, just across by the buses.
Next to the buses?
Next to Jay.
Next to Jay, but I got to know what his car looks like, and I can't remember what his car looks like.
It's a silver SUV.
I'll have to look for
tomorrow.
All right,
I'll come back with another
on the way
car.
out, Bob.
Is there a sign that says something?
We got to get Bob a sign.
Because construction technology,
Here's
staff only, or whatever.
No, we have a deal with them. You can park right next to where Jay's parked.
Oh, okay. So I've got to know where that is, and I'll find out today.
Parking for
not everybody knows that and doesn't need to know that.
You're a host, Bob. You get a special spot.
Oh my word!
Everybody else has to park out by the visitor lot.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
You get a special spot, Bob.
Yeah. I'm out on Route 20.
You're special.
I'm out on Route 20.
Hey,
Yeah.
when we come back from break, we want to talk about Pumpkin Fest. You
my
guys
God.
did a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you.
And I had a unique opportunity to view it as a participant for one of the rare things that
it
times I came in and I didn't have to do a thing.
No.
I thought you had a gig, Jay.
Yeah.
I did actually. It was rain date for a car show. And that's the short version is the car show came off on time, but I couldn't commit to anything here. If it had rained last Saturday, I would have been doing a car show this past Saturday.
Yeah, and I was supposed to go to a launch, and that got postponed too. So,
you were around, Peter? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was recovering, though. I had a 13-hour drive on Friday, so
I gotcha.
I just chilled out on Saturday.
Well, we'll talk about all of our experiences after we get back from... First, what's the weather today? I think we've now reached the almost peak of foliage here in Western Massachusetts.
We can talk about that later anyway.
But it's going to rain today.
Might see some showers this afternoon. Nothing major. High of about 61.
Perfect.
That's called a nice fall day.
Perfect. And what's the temperature now out there? Is it in the 30s like it was on Saturday?
I have no idea.
No, it's in the 40s.
Ah, better.
45.
Better. All righty, everyone. Well, look, I don't usually play Barry Manilow on the radio. I like Barry.
Where do you play it, Bob?
I usually play him
in
at
the
home when
comfort
I
of
want
his
to
own home.
when I want to cry.
The one I haven't been to.
Yeah.
The one that Hope so nicely sent me a picture of.
Oh God, Hope.
In Bob
The one
Plass's
with
house.
piles all over the room.
Yeah. That's like. I will get there. This year we'll get there.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll get.
I'll believe it when I see it.
It's only been 5 years, folks. I don't know what that. It makes me sound like the worst host in the world. You've been to my house several times, Jay.
That's not helping, Bob.
Oh, Peter, I'm so sorry. It's not that I don't love you, at all. And now that the entry fee has gone up, I've got to talk to the board of directors to see if I can get you in. But at any rate,
I don't even rate for a VIP, man. What the hell?
oh yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right. So look, Barry Manilow, I play at home sometimes, but I sort of think, oh gosh, if the listeners hear it, are they going to be oh, he's so sappy. He's so sappy. Barry Manilow wrote the music to the lyrics of Johnny Mercer. It was one of Johnny Mercer's last songs, and it happens to be one of my favorites, and a lot of people have recorded this. But I thought I'll go back to the beginning and play the Barry Manilow version, especially because October is on its way out. In other words, we're headed for the dearth of holiday parties. We're going.
Maybe you, Bob.
Yeah, we're rising up.
Apparently, I don't rate for the holiday party circuit either.
Oh my God. All right. Oh, stop. The first one happens next week. I got to find a Halloween costume. I don't know what the heck to wear. James is going as a unicorn, incidentally. I'm going to go as a rocket. I'm going to be afraid, be very afraid. I said to him, what is that? He said, it's my tail. I said, what do you mean it's your tail? I said, where did you get that? He said, I grew it. It looked like a ponytail, but it's a pink and a white ponytail. I don't know. And he's got this horn on his head. Oh, boy. If you're around on Halloween, it'd be worth, parked in front of my house and watching us leave.
Let's go to Bob's house.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Yeah. That's exactly.
I still say, my thing this year is going to be trick or shot. We're going to go trick or shot.
Does anybody have a deer blind camera I can borrow for Bob's house?
I'll take pictures.
I'll get a deer blind camera, so every time there's motion at your door, it triggers the camera.
This is a great idea.
4 minutes ago, I was trying to get you to go into break.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is this is a wonderful song by Barry Manilow, everyone, called "When October Goes." It is so pretty. Here it is.
October goes, the snow begins to fly above the smoky roofs. I watch the planes go by, the children running home beneath a twilight sky. Oh, for the fun of them, when I was one of them. And when October goes, the same old dream appears, and you are in my arms to share the happy years. I turn my head away to hide the helpless tears. Oh, how I hate to see October go. And when October goes, the same old dream appears, and you are in my arms to share the happy years. I turn my head away to hide the helpless tears. hate to see October go. I should be over it now, I know. It doesn't matter much how old I grow. I hate to see October go.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday. I just said, what's the name of my organization? Westfield on Weekends. I couldn't figure it out.
It's fun to distract Bob in the morning.
Oh, my word. Holy mother. I'm trying to...
Everyone needs a hobby.
or a paid job. Or a paid job.
That could be a full-time job, distracting Bob.
How do I get paid to distract Bob?
Yeah, my gosh. Okay. Now, is this the thing? Okay, good.
Is this thing on?
Yeah. Is that? I'm just trying to go down because I wanted to make sure that I got all of the sponsors for
we were
Pumpkin
talking
Fest.
about Pumpkin Fest this past weekend, and just a phenomenal thing. I had a chance. I've always, for many years, I've been involved in everything.
Holy mother,
Westfield
you've been
and
involved. What are you
Westfield
talking about?
does everything at Westfield on Weekends does.
Yeah.
And this time I couldn't because I had a prior engagement, and this was going to be the rain date for that engagement.
Yeah.
So.
But you were missed, and I watched you. I could see you, and you almost looked as if you.
I looked lost.
You looked lost. You were waiting for a job that didn't happen.
Well, actually, I found a couple of things.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, somebody needed something, and I says, "Oh yeah, I got one of those." "Oh yeah, I got one of those." So I helped out a couple of people, and
that sounds like what Rick Barry did.
I felt.
Oh my God!
Needed,
he was great. Yeah.
But it was the event was fun. Obviously, it's always well done. I loved seeing so many families down there.
Oh gosh, and the kids were dressed up this year in costume.
Yeah,
in costume.
And the trunk or treat thing was a great idea. Yeah, the
yeah.
Trunk or treat, people go down the street, and families were having fun getting candy, and people just hanging out. This was our excuse to bring the kids out to do an early trick or treat. It was cool.
Oh yeah,
it was really cool.
And there were so many costume characters that I didn't realize were going to appear. We had Daffy Duck and
thanks to Six Flags for coming over.
Was it Daffy Duck? Was that Pepe Le Pew with him? With them? Was there a
Sylvester?
Oh, it was Sylvester.
Yeah.
Oh, I only saw the black and the white, and on the tail, and I thought, geez, who is that? And then I thought it was Pepe Le Pew. That's the
my daughter was one of the not one of the characters, but one of the guides that brings the characters around, or an escort. They call them. And she did that for Six Flags for a few years and had a ball. Goes, it was one of the most fun jobs she ever had. She realized after a while that gets to be she wanted something more, so that's why she's going to college. Learn how to be something other than an escort. Wait, no,
gosh!
But
you put that on a resume. I'm not sure that's going to get you places.
So But one of the characters, that was a pretty tight crew over there. Everybody that works with the characters, they have their own department.
Oh, they have rules too.
Lots of rules.
Oh my gosh!
Well, my favorite part is they have their own area over at Six Flags. They call it the Looney Bin.
Oh, really?
Perfect.
And nobody's allowed in, right? And nobody's allowed out.
No.
Because they've got to go out there and do their escorting and greeting.
But there's all kinds of. But it's so well done, and her favorite character is my favorite character.
Which one?
Marvin the Martian.
Gosh, I can't even picture Marvin.
Yeah. If you saw the cartoon, I'll pull it up in a minute here.
Yeah. Well, Six Flags surprised us, because they were here last year and they weren't thinking that they weren't going to be able to be here, and they arrived with 2 characters this year. But there were costume characters everywhere. The Trunk or Treat was very special. Westfield Gas and Electric's Big Rig Rally. Kids were getting in buckets, those buckets that go up in the sky. We weren't sending them up in the sky. Yeah, bucket truck. Jeff Champagne was down there with his racing car. There were 45 plus vendors that were really quality vendors down from Arnold Street to Franklin Street.
I saw some of those guys.
Oh, just great.
And the foot traffic looked busy all day.
Oh, the foot traffic was fabulous. Yeah. Jay is showing me Marvin the Martian. Is that what it's called? What? What years were
Q-55 explosive space modulator?
No, you've got to get it right.
Oh, it's a Q-36, the upgraded model.
Oh, my word.
I love that.
Marvin the Martian, never heard of him. Well, I
really?
look forward to seeing him.
You need to YouTube Marvin the Martian because you'll laugh your head off.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do. I can just see.
The dog's even funnier.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah.
And what's the dog's name?
What is the
Wolf.
dog's name?
What is Spot?
K9.
That's
K9.
right.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one for that. Hey, so anyway, let's get back. I got to talk about Pumpkin Fest because I just, a lot of folks wonder how it happens, and it happens because of volunteers. And we
a lot of them.
Oh, my word. And the Boys and Girls Club and the Kiwanis Club came through at that pumpkin patch. They carved, 700 pumpkins that we gave away. Many of the pumpkins were taken home. Last year, a lot of folks just kind of left their pumpkins. But this year, folks, it was a pick-up and drop-off
I think
runway.
you had good timing because it was closer this year to Halloween than it was last year.
Oh, one day? No, yes, that's
one full week.
1 full week. There you are. That's
people are displaying those pumpkins around town.
That's true, and people aren't going around and smashing pumpkins. They are actually leaving them there and enjoying the view. Even the college kids next door had a pumpkin on their lawn, or what do you call it? Their stoop. For a while. So it was really great. The Pumpkin Fest sponsors are just so valuable to us because we are not an arm of the city. Westfield on weekends, that's right, over here. Over there. Wait a minute, I'll get it. There it is. If you're watching on Channel 15, I'm pointing over to the...
I'll just do that, Bob.
Oh, there you go. See, wow, it's Tuesday. There, the wow is Westfield on weekends. 501c3, not-for-profit, all volunteer, that is not an arm of the city, and we have to raise all of the money that we do to produce Pumpkin Fest, and this year
other events
and other events, and that's so folks say, how do you do it? Well, you do it through asking. A lot of folks see me coming and run for the hills, or any of the wild folks who are so kind about asking. Folks, for
obviously, Peter and I were not so smart. We're still here.
That's right. I got you for more than money. Honest to God. So the sponsors have been so wonderful to us. The donators, the donors, the people who give us support either with financial support or volunteer help, so essential. And we had some volunteers like Heather White, a community person, not a member of the Wild Board, put together the Trunk or Treat Boulevard, the Elm Street corridor. Did a fantastic job, just wonderful. Lisa Burns, who is a member of the Wild Board, Lisa Sunderland Burns, she did a wonderful job. We had a raffle that was so filled with wonderful prizes. Many of them, almost all of them were over $100 worth of prizes from all over the place. And we raised a ton of money there.
Including WestfieldConcerts.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gaslight Productions. I'll give you the name of the people that won your prize, your 2 tickets. Thank you, Jay.
All right.
Yeah,
I
very
need that.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
That'd
welcome.
be helpful.
You're welcome.
Hey, come on, I won. What?
Yeah. Now you're going to have a whole line of people coming up and say, I was one of the winners. We have the name.
No.
All right. So I'm going to just do a shout. I'm going to do a shout out. Just
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering...
Oh, here's Marvin. All right. I need to do this.
Jay, do you want a cable I can run it out there? You can play it directly into the board.
No. Hey, so listen. Bay State Noble Hospital and Bay State Health Systems are premier sponsor. Incredible. Westfield Bank and the Future Fund. Incredible. Thank you guys down at the Westfield Bank. Sugarloaf Children's Foundation gave us a wonderful grant, and then Staples came in with a grant. And the Mass Cultural Council, the Westfield Cultural Council, which is an arm of the Massachusetts Cultural Council, came in with some help. Lori Varellis and the Varellis family from the Good Table helped.
Great place.
Oh, my gosh. Helped to make the pumpkin patch happen for 2 years in a row with a substantial grant to us. And Lori, we thank you forever, and we are so appreciative. They were just so wonderful to us. The other folks who funded the pumpkin runway, Marianne Babinski, Councilor Marianne Babinski, Councilor John Beltrandi, Councilor Cindy Harris, Watalowitz and Associates. And then all of these councilors came in with a little less money. I got to remember, George's Jewelers, City Councilor Brent Bean, City Councilor John Beltrandi, City Councilor Mike Burns, City Councilor Dave Flaherty, City Councilor Ralph Figge, City Councilor Bill Onoski, the committee to elect Mike McCabe, Rosewood Home and Gifts, School Committee Member Bo Sullivan, Mayor Brian Sullivan, Committee to elect Rick Sullivan, State Senator Don Humison, State Representative John Vilas, Councilor running for Council at Large, Matt Van Heinigen, and all of the folks that gave. Did I say Councilor Brent Bean?
Yes. It's election season.
Oh my gosh. They helped to fund the 700 pumpkins that we gave away
That's
under
great.
Carving Tent.
And those 700 pumpkins,
Yeah.
well, most of them anyway, were gutted and ready to go for the kids. So the kids didn't have to cut the top off and take the goop out of the middle, which was, when I was a kid, that was the icky part. Somebody had to do that. So at 7 o'clock in the morning, a small army of folks from the Boys and Girls Club and the Kiwanis Club of Westfield.
And some other volunteers,
And
Boy
some
Scouts,
other
the Boy Scouts. Oh, the Boy Scouts.
They
were
all
great.
showed up on the green and started gutting pumpkins. They had an assembly line of pumpkin gutters.
Oh,
and
man.
It was so well organized. And my wife, Marianne, was part of
Oh,
that
I saw
crew.
Marion
Yeah,
standing there. Did she
was
get
there.
pumpkin all over her like everyone else?
Yes. she comes over to me after she'd been working an hour on this stuff. Her right arm is ready to fall off.
Oh, gosh. It's like scooping ice cream.
She comes over to me, and the whole front of her is covered with pumpkin guts.
Oh,
so
gosh.
she runs over, arms wide, to give me a big hug, and I go, ew.
Really? They were walking pumpkin pies, those folks, and we thank them so much. Hey, our community partners I've got to mention. The City of Westfield, of course, the Police Department, oh my God, the Department of Public Works, the Park and Rec Department, It goes on and on. The licensing department, the health department, Westfield Gas and Electric, Lisa Stowe and Tony, President Tony there. What's his last name? It's an Italian name beginning with C. J. I'll give it to you.
I'll bet it ends with a vowel.
Well, yeah, it does. But Contino. I think that's it. Westfield Gas, Tony Contino. They were so wonderful about putting together the big rig rally.
That was cool. Even I enjoyed wandering around those things. I wanted a ride in the bucket. They wouldn't give me a ride in the bucket.
Yeah. Hey, Dawn Whitehill from Pottery Cellar and her companion or her partner in crime over there, JoJo's Rusted.
Doing, pottery stuff. He had a little wheel there.
They were, but JoJo's Rustic Remnants and the Pottery Cellar were in charge and put together a wonderful vendor craft show. We've also got Artworks of Westfield, who also Bill and Westerland and Cheryl Crowley worked together with us to do. They had 28 artists and 10 authors, among them my spouse James Homan.
I've got to say, just a note on Artworks. I've got to say that's another organization that has grown in the city. Yep. And I knew when I heard what they wanted to do when they were formed, my prophecy was that this is going to be a great addition. Yep. And what has happened is they've collaborated with Westfield on weekends. It's a perfect example of what a good collaboration between nonprofits in a city can do.
Yeah, it wasn't a competition; it was a collaboration.
It was just put together a wonderful, wonderful.
We do the large events; they do some smaller events. We work together now.
They're small to medium size, and you guys are big.
That's that. Well, it's smaller, medium size, big.
But they fit a perfect niche that wasn't being filled.
That's very
exactly right.
Very true. And I must mention the Whip City Wordsmiths because they're a separate. They were helped to be founded by Artworks and Bill Westerland. But the wordsmiths were there, and 10 local authors that were really top notch. It gave me an idea for a radio program, and you'll see some of them next week on our show this week. Roots Learning Center put on with us the Trunk or Treat Boulevard, and that was so much fun for kids. The Greater Westfield Boys and Girls Club couldn't have been greater. Kelly Brown was so instrumental in putting it all together with her staff there. The Westfield Athenaeum had a wonderful event all day long. The Friends of the Athenaeum had a toy book and jewelry sale, and then the scavenger hunt and treasure hunt, etc., etc. Walmart provided costumes for us last year, and they're really wonderful to Westfield on weekends. They gave us all of the 6 bicycles that we gave away this year. Our costume shop made it possible for folks to buy costumes at a very low cost and outfit their whole family this year. For folks that perhaps weren't able to do that in years past, now have costumes that are really great, and we thank Walmart for that. The Polish National Credit Union, excellent. Greg Jerome and Eileen Jerome. Greg put together that tent, gave us a wonderful deal for the pumpkin carving tent. All of the tables and chairs, etc., they went out first class to create a runway for us, worked with us. ATC, the sound people, did that beautiful sound, and so many businesses and groups and volunteers. And if I've forgotten you, I really am sorry. I could go on and on and on and on. And if I've forgotten you, please let me know. And at a future date, I'll tout you in front of the entire world. But I got to say this much: that my 2 co-chairs, Jason Poland, who is on the board of Westfield on weekends, and Heather White, a community volunteer, Joanne Bigelow, and Dawn Whitehill, and Lisa Sunderland Burns, all did components, and Amber Danahy, our president of Westfield on weekends, all did incredible components of this that just we are blown away. And my sincere thanks. Jason taught me how to be organized. Heather taught me how to laugh.
That's
more.
an impossible task.
See, there's two components to that.
Yeah.
You can attempt to teach. Now, did you learn?
Did he lead a horse to water? And did he make me drink? Is that what you're saying?
I could hold your head underwater. Maybe that would.
Oh, God. Oh, holy mother! Well, yes. He helped me in ways unknown, and I thank him profusely. We're great friends, and we had a great time, all of us. Thank you, everyone, for Pumpkin Fest. We look forward to that, and we're now working on December Fest. We'll tell you all about that, I'm sure, in the weeks to come. Maybe in the program today. Hey, it is 6:40 in the morning.
Since you blew through the 6:30 break, which song do you want to play?
Oh, gosh. Oh, listen, I think we're going to play Autumn Leaves by Leslie Odom Jr. I probably play Autumn Leaves for the next couple of weeks. Leslie Odom Jr. is from Hamilton. Have you heard of this guy's name, Leslie Odom Jr.?
Who's Hamilton?
Hamilton, that Broadway show. Alexander, he's on a bill, I think. What bill is he on? $10, right? Is Alexander Hamilton on the $10 bill?
Yeah.
Is it $5 or
I'll have to
$10
look.
or $20? I think it's 10.
5 is Lincoln.
You pull out your wallet, and while you're at it, pay me what you owe me.
I only have one.
Oh yeah, only one. I have pennies.
Well,
I have Lincoln.
I only have one.
No, look at that. Yeah, no,
Lincoln's on the 5.
Okay, gotcha. So he must be on the 10.
And Jefferson is it? No, who's on 20? Is that Jefferson?
No,
I believe so, yeah.
Jackson is on the 10.
Oh, Andrew
Jackson's on
Jackson.
the 20.
Oh my.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's on the 10? Here's the 10. All right.
Alexander Hamilton.
It is.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, hey, he's a handsome man, handsome bugger on that bill. At any rate,
Who's on the 100?
Chester Arthur.
Huh?
He was a president. All right. Hey, so Leslie Odom's version of Autumn Leaves is lovely. Listen to this.
The falling leaves drift by my window. Falling leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long. Soon I hear old winter song, but I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. The falling leaves drift by my window. Falling leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long. Soon I hear old winter song, but I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall, miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves starts to fall. Come back, baby. Oh, darling, my darling.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning. It is
Wow, it's
October.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
It's
October
October
22nd.
You're not sure?
No, 22nd. It's written right there. 2019 and counting. And there's that echo. That's Pete Coles behind the board.
Behind the board.
I got ringing in my ears today. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I got Marvin Martian on the other side. Hey, I forgot to mention the did I say the school department of Westfield, Susan Dargy, and the whole crew that helped to put together the Scarecrow Trail at Pumpkin Fest.
It would have been a lot easier and saved time if you just said thanks to everyone.
Yeah, I know. But all those guys need to be recognized in one way or another.
Right.
You know.
You're right.
Hey, so you were not away this weekend, but Peter was down watching his son graduate from some kind of school somewhere. What was that?
Army Aviation Maintenance School.
RVA. Did he go here for the? Did he learn at Voc Tech about how to aviate?
No, he went to Pope Francis.
How to aviate?
Oh, yeah. They have an aviation program
They
at Pope
do.
Francis.
No, they do not. He went for college prep, and then he went to one semester of Western New England, and he decided that he wanted to enlist in the Army National Guard, and then go back and continue his studies.
I see.
So he's going to go to Holyoke Community and then transfer to UMass.
Great.
That's his plan.
That's the plan. Well, here we have an aviation department, don't we? At
they do, and one of their first
Westfield
graduates, Nate Spiller, not only got his airframe and power plant certification, airframe certification. He's working up at Barnes Airport at Retrix, which is one of the suppliers up there. But he also got his private pilot license, so he's been flying a ton. And then I think he wants to eventually go to Embry-Riddle University or go in the military.
Wonderful.
So
wonderful.
Timmy, if he wanted to, could get his FAA certification through the military over the next couple of years.
Wow.
He may very well do that.
It's just flying in your footsteps in a way. The NASA, your NASA dreams, Peter Coles.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yep.
Maybe he'll be an astronaut.
Yeah. Well, I think he still wants to become an aviator eventually. His grandfather was flew UH-1 helicopters in Vietnam, and now Timmy is qualified mechanic for the UH-60.
Oh gosh. Whatever that means.
It's the Black Hawk helicopter.
He's gonna go up there and he's gonna see Marty the Martian, which gets us right back to
Marvin the Martian.
Wasn't there a Marty the Martian someplace?
No.
Marvin.
I think there was a pop tune in the it's like one of those Halloween songs.
Millions of Marvin the Martian fans are going to come looking for you.
All right. I want you to Google Marty the Martian. I think it's a song like the Chipmunks guy did it there. But hey, I wanted to ask you what costume you're wearing for Halloween. Are you going to a party or do you dress up, Jay? You've been
Marty Nation, Marty Finn. No, there's no Marty the Martian.
I swear I heard a song called Marty the Martian or something.
There's no Marty the Martian.
What was in that old television show?
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, what was that show about the Martians on television?
Oh, My Favorite Martian.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
And that was Martin.
Martin the Martian.
My Uncle Martin.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Now, see, I wasn't.
He was never referred to as Marty.
His wife referred to him as Marty.
No.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Now, who played My Favorite Martian?
Ray Walston.
Yes, I love that.
You
show.
know
That was
why?
cool.
Because he was the original devil in Damn Yankees on Broadway.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, he's a big Broadway star. Well, yeah, with Gwen Verdon of that Fosse Verdon show. Yeah, he had a huge career on Broadway. Was a singer, a dancer.
Mine's my favorite Martian theme there, Peter. That was one of my favorite shows.
Who was the guy opposite Ray Walston in My Favorite Martian? Was that Bob Crane?
No, but it was the same era.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but you're right. It kind of looked like that.
Yeah. Oh gosh, something that we don't know, folks, that you don't care about, right? At all.
Who doesn't care?
Oh, there it is. Here's my favorite. It was on Sunday nights. I remember that, don't you? Yeah. Oh, here it comes. There we are. There was an old Broadway show. It was a play called Visit to a Small Planet by Gore Vidal that had this theme, the idea of a Martian coming to Earth.
So you think about this, and and back in the 60s, all these really cheesy ideas were the basis for programs. Yeah,
Prime
Gilligan's
time.
Island. Oh yeah,
prime time.
This one, the original idea was a Martian crash lands on Earth and is taken in by a young newspaper reporter whose name is Tim O'Hara, and the character's name, disguised as Tim's uncle, Uncle Martin. He attempts to repair his ship and keep himself out of trouble, but Tim's nosy landlady, Mrs. Brown, takes a liking to Uncle Martin, which complicates things.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
So the character you were asking about, Bill Bixby.
Bill Bixby. I got
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, was he? No, was he?
Bill Bixby played the Incredible Hulk.
No.
I
don't think that was Conrad, wasn't it?
No, man, I think you're right.
I think I'm right.
Bill Bixby played the Green Man.
No, he played Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner. Oh, we are just filled with
At
that.
last, after
Here we go.
2,000 years of work, the Illudium Q-36 explosive space modulator.
Oh,
Pardon me, sir, but could you...
is this him again?
At long last, my dream come true.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Are you an Incredible Hulk fan? Yeah, see, he was just cool, bouncing through the cities and jumping. Boy, that guy could jump.
It was Bill Bixby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to use the microphone. Though.
Yeah.
Pull the microphone over. Yeah.
Janine Queenan has joined us.
Good morning,
Good
Janine.
morning.
Hey.
Yeah, she's wearing her travel tiara today. Yeah. We're talking travel with Janine Queenan. But Janine,
Wait, no, we're talking about going all the way to Mars.
You liked the Bill Bixby as the Hulk?
I love Bill Bixby. So it was in the 70s, right? So I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was
it
in
was
the
a
60s,
must-watch show.
Really?
Absolutely. That with Happy Days and the $6 Million Man.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Oh, yeah, all of those. Wonder Woman, all of them.
I'm just reviewing what we were supposed to be talking about in the first hour.
That's gone.
No, it's gone.
No, we did it. Well, we
got the Pumpkin Fest done.
no, we have the Pumpkin Fest done. I really think that all of those 60s shows are, I think, have been redone, like in movies or something now.
There's no imagination in
No
television
imagination.
anymore.
But you know what?
Movies.
Those superheroes, they're classic. I mean,
Yeah.
my kids and I have seen every Marvel movie.
Have you really?
Every single
I'm
one,
impressed.
and love every one.
Are they? They're well done, though, aren't they?
They are well done, and it's something that we can watch together. I mean, they're violent, I know, but it is just enough that it's not too much, and the kids are entertained, and I like it too.
It's
I'm a
cartoonish
fan.
enough to give it some fun.
Is
sense.
there an adult Marvel comic movie, or I mean, like that isn't designed for children, that has a sort of gritty sort of like they've done Batman.
ages.
Batman stuff is really, I mean, like
Batman
the
wasn't
Joker.
Marvel. Batman
Oh, man.
was
Oh.
not Marvel.
Yeah,
that's
that's
DC
DC.
Comics.
Oh,
you
yeah,
got,
I know
you
all
got
of
to
them.
get with
Oh
this.
God, I'm surrounded. I'm surrounded here.
Oh, it has
Really?
it has a completely different feel to it. I mean,
Really?
DC is darker, and and Batman is so brooding, and I think that the Iron Man, the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, started off as kind of cheeky and funny, and then they built that whole Marvel world around that character. That's my theory.
My fan was Spider-Man, and I was a huge fan of Spider-Man, and Stan Lee was all behind some of my favorite characters. And I love that he has inserted himself into the little cameo roles so that people watch the movies.
Wait a minute, Stan Lee is in those movies?
He does a cameo in every Marvel movie.
It's a la Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh,
Every
okay.
Alfred
Got
Hitchcock
it.
movie. And who else did that? Horror movies, horror guys. Who else did that in his horror movies?
You said Alfred
Stephen
Hitchcock.
King.
Was Stephen King? No,
King
he
was
doesn't.
in-
he
he
has
was-
a face for radio. that guy.
Well, yeah, he
Yeah,
does that.
yeah.
But he was in he did a lot of little cameos in his
Really?
movies. Yeah.
Like sneaking out of like looking from behind. I mean, just his face is horrifying.
See how his movies work so well?
Holy mother!
I'm a big Stephen King
Are
fan,
ya?
so I am. So he writes a lot. He connects all of his stories, and he writes himself into some of the stories too.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
You know-
and he does it. I think he does it in a good way, so it's not so obvious, and I don't know. It really seems to fit.
Yeah, sometimes it's hidden. You've got to work to find that. Sometimes, what? And you think about it. What genius is that? I had to go back to the movie 4 times to see him.
Yeah. It is that movie. It is out now. Have you seen it?
See, I
Have you seen it?
enjoy his books. I don't go to the horror movies because I don't like when they have someone jump out.
You're hiding under the seat, aren't you?
That's the whole idea about
I
horror.
know exactly.
That's why I brought my girlfriend so that she would grab onto me. It's the only way I could get her to grab onto me.
And in books, you can control what your imagination sees.
Oh.
Think about it. In the movies, they're telling you. But
Which
in
one
your book-
Which book of in the horror genre scare you more than anything?
Oh,
You
it
can-
was a really scary book.
Well,
It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
scary book.
The IT is the name of the book.
Yeah, that was a scary book, and I don't know. A lot of his stuff, Pet Sematary, was horrifying.
Oh gosh.
See,
That's a
I'm not a
horrifying
big book reader, so I would go to the movies. But the one that captured my attention, and this goes back, 20, 25 years ago or more, was The Stand.
Oh, that's a
And
great.
that
book.
was a big, thick book.
Too
and-
thick for me to
But
read.
I
Oh,
couldn't
God.
put it down.
Yeah.
As much as I couldn't find the time to read, I didn't have the patience to read. That one I couldn't put down, and I couldn't wait for the movie to come out.
That was my very first Stephen King book.
Really?
I read it in middle school.
Oh, wow.
And I've read it again since because it is really layered, and he rewrote it. He did some editing, I think, in the 80s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He changed it a little bit, and
Yeah.
I don't think he added too much, but I think that he was required to cut a whole bunch of them.
It was just probably in prep for the movie because it would. I mean, the movie was long as it was. It was a multi-part movie. Yeah.
And I think the book was a lot longer than it was originally too.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I like those short little the ones that he writes. I'm trying to think. What was the one? Oh boy! It took place in a New England town. Oh, that's all of Stephen King's books. Yeah.
I don't think he ever left the Northeast. Yeah.
The Strain was a big one, wasn't the Strain? Well, didn't he write a book called The Strain? I'm confusing that with The Strand.
You'd have to ask Jessica
I
Martin
don't
on
know.
that
I'll
one.
be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
you know where you can get a good Stephen King book club is down at Blue Umbrella Books down on the Green. They have a Stephen King
Jessica
book club.
loves Stephen King.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
gosh.
she's a huge fan.
And Russell Atwood has kept it on. Hey, incidentally, everybody support the independent bookstores, especially Blue Umbrella Books down in our town. We want them to stay on and have great life. Yeah.
So, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, Janine Queenan from Storied Adventures, you are here. Why don't we play a song? I watched a great TV documentary this week. You got to see this. It's called Harlem Street Singer. Have you ever watched that or
I have
heard of
not.
it? Ever heard of Reverend Gary Davis?
No.
No. He was a blind man from the South who played guitar like nobody. Who lived on the streets or played on the streets of New York. That's how he made his living for a while. Then he was discovered, and actually started teaching folks, future musicians. Bob Weir, I think, may have had a lot of influence on Bob Weir from, what is that, Grateful Dead? Yeah. And at any rate, there's this great documentary. It's on Amazon, and it talks about this guy. He played a guitar as if it were a full orchestra, and folks today don't understand how he did it. And so I thought I found a song that was really appropriate for you. Maybe it's called "Got on My Traveling Shoes."
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it's the Smithsonian Folkways collection from the Smithsonian Archives. They've got all this old blues music, folk music, etc. You got to check this one out. It's called "If I Had My Way" is the album, and it's the music of Reverend Gary Davis. And here is "Got on Your Traveling Shoes." Listen to the guitar work on this. Incredible.
Well, two white horses riding side by side. Don't you swing down the child, don't you stop and let me ride. Well, my God said that he was coming back again. But one thing sure, he never did say when. When I gets to heaven, I'm going to sing and shout. There'll be nobody there to put me out. I'm going to talk to the Father, gonna chat with the Son. Gonna tell him about this world that I just can't come on my way now. On my way now. Can't I travel now? Can't I travel now? Well, Brother Davis, well, that old man Adam had two sons. One went right and the other went wrong. One was named Abel, the other was named Cain. Good God, the devil went jumping to the sinful land. Cain slew his brother and buried him in the ground. Jehovah God was looking and that peace was found. On my way now. Can't I travel now? On my way now. Can't I travel now? Well, the sea's gonna boil, gonna cause one flood. The moon's gonna waste away into blood. The trumpet's gonna blow, it's gonna blow so loud. The saints gonna ride upon the heaven in the cloud. On my way now. On my way now. On my way now. Hey, baby. Two verses, baby. My traveling shoes. Well, bound, we didn't get to heaven. Just right down. That's my Lord for my thundering crown. Come on, servant, get your crown. My God gonna hand them all around. I know my crown gonna fit me well, but I'm trying to need some help on my travel now. I got on my traveling shoes. I'm gonna travel now. I got on my traveling shoes. I'm gonna travel. I got on my traveling shoes. That's all, T-Rex. I got on my...
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
All righty, everybody. We're back. It's Tuesday, Westfield on Weekends. Great show. Hey, listen, if you want to know everything that's happening in Westfield on Weekends world, go on to westfieldonweekends.com. And if you want to know what's happening in terms of our world here at the WCPC, Channel 15.
You got it?
Yeah, you can go. How do you find it, Peter Coles?
WestfieldTV.org, Bob.
Okay.
Gets right to the website.
Okay, and we're always streaming live at westfieldtv.org.
Westfield is growing, and and now with the addition of WestfieldConcerts.com, that's going to be a heck of a concert. Shows coming up.
What do you got? It's coming up soon. I got to get my.
Jay, can we do an interview show with all the concert performers that we can air?
All at once?
No. As they come in, we'll just sit down and do an interview with them.
They don't roll in until the afternoon of the show.
I understand that, but you could have it on JP's Talk About Town the following week as a roll-in.
I'll have to work on trying to make that happen. Yeah, we got to.
I got no problem shooting. That'd be a blast to do that.
And you're right, it would. Maybe we do a sit down right after sound check or before sound check or
like
something.
A 10-15 minute roll-in.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jay, what's that first concert? Is Carole King?
Carole King's.
What is it?
It's a Carole King tribute called Home Again.
Mm-hmm.
Deb DeLuca, who's out of New Jersey, just does a phenomenal job of recreating what Carole King was in the 70s.
You've got Carole King hair yourself. I mean, like not she. No, Janine's got. If you turn on the TV,
I hope that's a good thing.
Oh, it's good. It's really good. Look at that.
You got Carole King hair.
I wish I could sing like Carole King.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and write music like Carole.
This
King.
woman,
think about that.
Amazing.
She comes in. She looks like her.
Deb looks like she walked off the Tapestry album. She's it's an amazing likeness. And then we have Adam Wakefield, who is a country singer from The Voice. As a matter of fact, he was a contestant on The Voice.
Oh, really?
So he'll be in on Saturday, November 9th. The Carole King show is on the 8th, Friday the 8th. And then on Sunday, the 10th, is The Weaklings, which is a Beatles, it's not a Beatles tribute as much as they do play a lot of Beatles music, but in that style and in that humor and in that genre, they have a great show that they're doing. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And is that a matinee?
That one's going to be 4 in the afternoon on Sunday. Yeah.
Uh-huh. How do we find out all about these great shows?
WestfieldConcerts.com, Bob.
You said that already. WestfieldConcerts.com.
Just in case you forget,
but it's put together by Gaslight Productions, right?
Gaslight Entertainment is the production company that's doing all of this.
Wonderful. Well, speaking of entertainment, no one could be more entertaining than the Carole King lookalike. She, that is sitting to my left.
She's going to go home and go, hey, I have Carole King hair.
Really? That's like Betty Davis eyes. We've got Carole King hair and combine it with Betty Davis eyes.
There was a song takeoff on that called Marty Feldman eyes. But
that's
really?
A whole different thing. Yeah. My gosh. Alrighty. So we are here. It's Travel Talk Tuesday, and we can't be more thrilled to have somebody who is so knowledgeable about the world. StoriedAdventures.com is your your website and your organization, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you help people to find their perfect trip.
I do help people find their perfect trip. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Where have you been recently?
Yeah.
Me
or no? You know where I've
Bob,
been.
I don't care where Bob's been.
I was in the bathroom for about 4 hours.
Way more than I wanted to know.
Well, I went to Iceland over the summer, and we've been hanging tight. I'm planning our next trip to Japan. We're going to Japan in June, and I can't wait. I just put the final touches on that trip. So
isn't that where
excited.
the next Olympics is going to be?
It is next summer, but we are not going to the Olympics. We're going in June.
Okay.
So, although going to the Olympics would be thrilling, I think it's going to be a madhouse.
I'm sure. I have no doubt. Iceland. Yeah. I hear
everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
It's great. It is so cool.
The legend,
literally,
the legend is that the initial discoverers of Iceland and Greenland, they loved Iceland, and didn't want people to go there, and Greenland was the cold and icy place, so they swapped the names so that no one would bother them when they went to Iceland. So the legend goes.
I don't know if that's true. And it's actually because now I've been and I went to the History Museum, that it was not. it never gets really cold in Iceland. It gets to freezing, but it never. I mean, here we can get below zero. It never really gets to that temperature.
Where
in
is that
Iceland.
on what's the term I want? Latitude. How far north of here is Iceland? It's closer to the North Pole.
It is closer. You do go north. It's 4 hours.
Is it a
from
4
here.
hour
It's
trip?
a 4 hour flight.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
Latitude and longitude.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the reasons they were able to survive when they first arrived. That it never was freezing, and actually, I read while I was there that it was less cold than it is now when the Vikings first arrived.
But there's a lot of volcanoes and geysers, and a lot of the energy there is generated from geothermal energy.
It's all of the energy.
It's
and,
cool.
and
It's
how
a
they-
nature place. I mean,
It is
if
a
you-
nature
if you-
place.
yeah.
And it's how they grow food in the greenhouses. They use the geothermal steam to heat the greenhouses to grow plants because it's hugely expensive, as you can imagine, to import a lot of the food that they need. Of course, they have lambs and they grow some things, but the growing season is so short that they need other avenues of getting food.
Yeah. Well, is it worthwhile for folks who have no interest in landscapes? I don't know if there are people that are like that. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah,
like-
no, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
I do, because it is all nature. It really
Yeah.
is. And Reykjavik, while it's a nice city, it is a one-day city. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to
up
Reykjavik
and-
for a week.
Yeah, up and downhill. That's
Yeah,
about it.
right.
Yeah. There's this church, this beautiful church at the top of the hill, and you can walk that street down. It's really charming. It's sort of like, and it's right by the harbor there or whatever.
Yes.
And lovely seafood restaurants and stuff. Kind of expensive, I got to say. But
Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's Reykjavik. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is nice. I mean, so it is a lot of outdoor. It's a lot of nature, a lot of scenery. But there are a lot of bus tours that go there, and you see that there are a lot of older people maybe who don't have as much mobility. So you can go to a lot of these really beautiful spots. They're crowded because of that.
Right.
But really to experience, I think you need to get off the bus and kind of get into the
Got
interior
off
a
the
little
bus,
bit.
get into that Blue Lagoon. What did you tell us about? You know what the Blue Lagoon is there?
It's
Isn't
a
it?
mo-
Is
it's
it-
a movie.
We did go to the Blue Lagoon. It is a movie.
Oh, that. Yeah, Brooke Shields.
quite
does
a
not-
bad movie, as
Yeah,
a matter of
really
fact,
loves it.
yes.
This is totally different. What
I
tell
remember
about
that
the
movie.
Blue Lagoon?
So it's close to the airport, and my recommendation is if you are interested in going to the Blue Lagoon, which is a spa, there is a geothermal plant nearby, and somehow the water is produced, it's heated, and it comes up into the Blue Lagoon. So people go, and it's a big spa. It's a gigantic hot tub.
It's a gigantic. So you're getting into the water with 4,000 people, basically.
Pretty much. So
this sounds
and
terrible.
it really
No.
it is an experience. So we went on our way to the airport to leave, and you have to make reservations because it gets crowded. They limit the number of people who can get in because of that exact reason. It's crowded, and so we got there
Salt
about-
water, so you're floating, basically?
It's not salt water. It has like sulfur in it. It's definitely, there's something in it, but it's not salty.
Got it.
So we got there about 8 in the morning. It opens, I think, at 7. So it wasn't that crowded, but by the time we left, it was absolutely packed with people.
no.
And then they have
They're peeing in that water, and
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
So they have a bar, like you can drink while you're in there, and then they have like spa treatments, so people are walking around with their faces covered in like volcanic.
Because they don't
ash
want to
and
be
whatever.
seen there.
Marty the Martian.
But I'll tell you what, it is an experience, and
Yeah.
it's one of those places you say, okay, I went there, and
Yeah.
it was
That's
kind of,
it.
yeah.
Done. I've done that.
Goes on the list
and
of I
done.
got to do that. Okay, I don't need to go twice, but it was cool.
It was cool. But
Yeah.
go on your way in. If you arrive at 5 in the morning, say, it's, show up at 7, spend a few hours, and then go to your hotel, or in the reverse, go and then go to the airport and go home. It's only about 20 minutes from the airport.
Yeah. And we arrived at the airport. Yeah, and Reykjavik is not. It's a little half hour or something from the air. I mean, like
It's about an hour.
I mean, it's a longer trip. Yeah. Hey, it is the season to go places. What do you think about September or October as a travel month? Is it a good travel month, or are you just getting? Well, how do I say it? I go to places in September because it's warm. October, you go places because of Fill in the blank.
Well, in New England, of course, people are here to leaf peep. I mean,
Yes.
every place is crowded up
Yeah.
north. I think the fall is a great time to travel because it's off season in a lot of places. And if you're not looking to go swimming, then you can go to the Cape. There are a lot of nice places. You can go to Maine. I think people are getting, especially people with kids, getting into the groove of school. So usually there's not a lot of travel happening this time, and people are starting to think about Christmas getaways, winter breaks, and even thinking about next summer. I think a lot of what people, not a lot, but some people in October go because they like to travel and go to so-called haunted places, kind of have that Halloween theme. I mean, that Salem is absolutely packed this time of year.
Oh, yeah. Hey, why don't we take a little break? I'm going to play a song from that new cartoon, The Addams Family. They've done The Addams Family in every version, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still great, though. Still a great story.
Oh, it's so this is a cartoon version that's really terrific. And Christina Aguilera does the theme from it. And you got to YouTube this to see the cartoon that accompanies this love story. And it's called Haunted Heart by Christina Aguilera. This might win an Academy Award. It's a good song. Haunted Heart from the new film, The Addams Family. Then we'll come back and talk about haunted trips. That's like going with your own ghost.
Exactly.
Yeah, here it is.
There's no ground when you fall for me. You'll be falling for mine. I'll be bewitched by your misery. But I love it when you smile. Let me know what you want from me. Whisper low in my ear before you try to get your hooks in me. I should warn you, my dear. My heart is a haunted house. Once you're in, you ain't getting out. It's the trap you've been waiting for. Ain't no windows, ain't no doors, no escaping away you feel. It's like a dream, but you hope it's real. My heart. My heart is a haunted house. Watch your step when you walk to me. Careful where your heart treads. Suddenly you'll be in too deep. You'll be caught up in my web. You will think of me constantly. And I will drive you insane. Like the tattoo you can't remove. Like the blood in your veins. My heart is a haunted house. Once you're in, you ain't getting out. It's the trap you've been waiting for. Ain't no windows, ain't no doors, no escaping away you feel. It's like a dream, but you hope it's real. My heart. My heart is a haunted house. It's a haunted house.
One of our underwriters here at WSKB's Community Radio is Carson Center for Health and Human Services, a nonprofit organization located at 20 Broad Street in Westfield. They provided behavioral health and rehabilitation services in communities throughout Western Massachusetts since 1963. There are services for children, adolescents, adults, families, and couples. You can find them on the web at carsoncenter.org or at 413-572-4132.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, October. I was going to say August. So I try to October.
Bob.
Well, October. You see, I started with August and I went to October. October 22nd.
But now
2019.
it's cold this morning. It's not August.
Yes, yeah.
October.
That beautiful voice is Janine Queenan from StoriedAdventures.com. It's Travel Talk Tuesday. Jay Pagluca is here. Peter Cole's on the board. And we were talking, hey, that Haunted Heart song, actually, it's Gonna Go Places. If you want that, it's Christina Aguilera. Go online, you'll see it. I love the cartoon. We were talking about places to go that are haunted.
Well, October, Halloween is right around the corner, and it always amazes me how much people like to be scared.
What is
think
that?
About
Yeah,
it, I don't know.
yeah.
My son went to Six Flags the other day, and, of course, they have the terror.
What is it called?
thing
It's
going
called
on,
Fright Fest.
Fright Fest.
Fright Fest, yeah.
Fright Fest.
And I've been to that, so I don't. Have you been to that?
I went over and got a gravestone for for Scrooge and Dickens dates. They made a gravestone for me, so I went over and I visited, but it was the thing was closed, so I didn't get any sense of.
I've always been a fan of haunted houses. So, I mean, going back to when I was a kid, going through the dark rides at the cheesy amusement park, and around here they had one. The old Riverside Park had one. Mountain Park had one. Then it got to the point where I started to build my own in my basement. And
my word!
And I hung cardboard from to build the aisles. You'd walk through this thing, and my neighborhood friends would come over, and we'd have.
Jay, do we need to be worried about you?
Scare them.
You weren't doing taxidermy down in the basement, were you? Okay,
but
good.
Spot was in the
safe.
corner. If you remember, we were talking about the Munsters earlier. One of the characters was Spot, who lived under the stairs. He was the fire-breathing dragon.
Yeah,
but it's
That's
just,
fun, though. That is so much fun.
It was so much fun. And then years later, I get a call from my cousin out of the blue who had since moved to Maine. She lived up by Sebago Lake, Maine, which is in the middle of nowhere. There's not even a stop sign in town.
I love that place.
And on the south end of the lake, there was the old high school that they had as a performing arts center, a little They wanted to do a fundraiser and wanted to do a haunted house. Now, this was. I mean, you drive into the parking lot and it looks like a haunted mansion. It was that kind of a thing. So as soon as I drove in, I said, oh, this is going to be fun. So I packed up all my lighting, all my sound gear that I had back at the time, and we turned this building into a haunted house. And for like 5 years, it was the biggest fundraiser they had every year.
Oh, wow.
We had a ball.
Yeah,
well,
that is so much fun.
So you, Janine, have had experiences. You would recommend going on a vacation to a haunted place?
Oh no, you know what? Anything can be explained away, but I certainly have had some odd experiences happen to me, after traveling or during while I've been traveling.
Yeah, really.
And I have never done it intentionally.
Oh
no, but people do it intentionally. I mean, you could Google it and find what's considered like the most haunted places in the world, and most of them are open. A lot of them are hotels for some reason.
Oh yes,
I'm not sure why you have so many haunted places. Like, for example, we were talking about Stephen King earlier, and the Stanley Hotel in Colorado in Estes Park is the basis of his book, The Shining.
Oh,
and people get confused because they think that's where it was filmed. If you watch the movie, the Kubrick movie, but that's actually that hotel is in Oregon. But he stayed there in his room. It's funny, they've taken down the number off the room he stayed in because so many people go and bother the people staying there to take pictures. But if you go
knock,
to
knock, knock, can I come in?
I know that the hotel is more than 100 years old, and they have haunted rooms. If you go to the website, they have several rooms that they call haunted rooms that you can book and stay in. And he stayed in one particular room, and whatever happened to him while he was there, that led to him writing The Shining.
I have to ask, if I I'm a single and I book that room and it's haunted, do I have to pay for the extra?
For the extra. I know.
Oh, Jay.
Oh,
you know what?
for
It's
Pete's
amazing
sake.
how many people want to stay at Lizzie Borden's house too, and that's expensive.
It's a bed and breakfast.
It is a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
And there are places like that
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
that you can. And do people, have the wits scared out of you? It's amazing.
Are there places that have haunted tours? I think Boston has like haunted tours, ghost tours, and
absolutely.
places. I mean, like I bet like New Orleans has some wonderful places that are haunted.
We went on a vampire tour in New Orleans.
No.
And of course my
You're
friends
giving up too much here.
my friends all rolled their eyes at me, but it was super fun. And it was just street art, like it was street performance at its best. So we had this fella, and his name was Sir Chaz, and
Sir Chaz, doesn't that sound
he
good?
was probably 6'5", completely decked out in black, had long hair, had the teeth, had everything, long nails, and he was just an actor who really could tell a good story. And New Orleans has so many scary stories
gosh,
that it was
yes.
perfect. And then at the end, he tried to creep us out a little bit, but didn't.
Yeah,
well,
he didn't bite any
didn't work.
necks at the end.
We didn't bite.
And,
It-
you know,
we
at the
didn't
end of the tour, you get a little glass of blood. Like a little. You're like, oh, I bet he did. Did he add something like that?
He did something with blood. He did.
Yeah,
It
of
was
course.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about the haunted house, Jay, that it is the atmosphere almost more than anything, that you could go anywhere on a creepy, foggy night and be told a ghost story, and that
Yeah,
would do
and
it.
all of a sudden it changes the whole atmosphere, and your head gets put in the right place. And if you set that stage, even the most cynical of us get a little.
Oh yeah. Talk about cynical. The Agawam paranormal people came to my house.
They're great.
Yeah,
Oh, they did.
Twice, and they had. We've talked about it on here, but they had equipment all over the place. And James and I we were holding some kind of thing that if the light turned on, there was a ghost in the room. I'm telling you,
Electromagnetic sensor, Bob.
Oh, is that what is electromagnetic? Okay, so
This thing with it, we held in our hands and a
we
light came
talked
on.
to a couple of ghosts, I'm flabbergasted because the lights going on, or there were orbs flying around, and I'm thinking
On the video, you saw the orbs?
and the people that were the ghost hunters that were with us were normal people. I was expecting, a little off or
Do you know what?
whatever,
They-
normal as can be.
Bob, they have an electrician on the team.
Yeah.
Just to explain away odd occurrences with the electromagnetic meter, that it's nothing electrical.
Yeah.
So they have two licensed electricians that volunteer.
If you wanted your house to be ghost toured or have the investigated, you can probably have them. You can call them. That might be something for you. You could, Miss Carol King here. You could have a.
Do you have a historic house?
I don't. No,
No.
my house is not haunted.
No, but you could have.
Would you
You
like
could
it to be?
design tours. You could design
That's
tours.
true. That's true. So
Yeah.
did you just to go back to your thing for one
Yeah,
second, Bob?
sure.
Did you experience something beforehand, and that's why you asked them to come?
We had
Investigate?
no, because our house was built in 1760 or 1770, something like
And
that.
it had an interesting thing as
And-
being
yeah,
like a
and-
foster home, right?
Well, you know what?
Interesting history.
Yeah, interesting history, and there was an exorcism at the house.
Wow.
So because the kids of Dr. Adams, no, it was it was Jimmy Smith's wife when he lived there. Had a priest come over, and it wasn't an exorcism. What's the blessing of the house or something? But
That's way different, Bob.
Oh, is that?
One of them is much better than the other.
Oh,
Yes, one of them is like a light version.
Oh, okay. No, but there was
Exorcism light.
This is exorcism
No,
light.
like-
I'm
yeah,
thinking
exorcism
like
light.
spinning
The head,
head.
the head only turns one way.
Oh.
Only it goes clockwise rather than counterclockwise. Yeah. But
Only in the northern hemisphere, Bob.
yeah, Salem is a great place to go. Or is it too crowded at Halloween?
It's very crowded at Halloween, but it's if you like that and you are a huge Halloween fan, I mean, it's the time to go because it's just everything is happening. They have parades and just it's a lot of activity, but it is very crowded.
Yeah, they have an ice cream shop, Jay, called I Scream.
Of course.
Yeah.
Doesn't
scream.
everyone? Your idea of, or where was it that you went? You had everywhere you went, they had actors and things like that around the Vampire Festival you were talking about.
Oh, no, that was in New Orleans. So
in New Orleans,
they just have regular tours. They have ghost tours, they have vampire tours, they have pretty much any kind of tour that you want that has sort of supernatural bend to it. You can do that in New Orleans and in Savannah too. We went to Savannah. It sounds like a common theme for me, but we did go on a haunted pub crawl in Savannah, and because we wanted to go to the pubs, but we just thought we'd add on the haunted.
You drink and drink and drink, and then you begin to see things.
That's what the
we did have something happen to us. It's so funny.
You did tell us.
We did. So we went to. We walked around to all the pubs, but we also stopped at one of the big Civil War era cemeteries there. And there's a big fence out in front, and our tour guide said that there was a spirit of a woman that would come and bother her clients often. She said that happened all the time. They'd go there and things would happen. So she took a picture of my friend and I in front of the fence. And if you blow up that picture, it could be anything. You can see the face of a woman behind us. No joke.
No.
It will be on my Facebook page this Sunday because I'm doing a blog post about haunted travel. But you can see it. It's no joke.
So what's this blog page? Because I'm really interested in seeing this.
So my website, storyadventures.com, I have a blog that I do a weekly blog, and then I post it on my Facebook page. So we talk about different things, but I am talking about haunted travel because it is a thing, there are a lot of places to go, and I'm talking about this 3 different times that I traveled that weird things happened, including at the Stanley Hotel.
Oh, wow. Oh, we got to go to but the blog is, so how do I find that blog?
If you just go to my website, there's a tab that says blog.
Well, what's the website?
Oh, it's storyadventures.com.
Oh, there we are. There we go. Hey, 7:32.
Sometimes it's hard to get that information out, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, it's beautiful weather. It's going to rain a little bit later today.
How do you turn a dreary morning and rainy afternoon into beautiful weather?
Will you look out at trees that are
It's going to start beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is sort of beautiful. We're up here at Westfield Tech Academy. We're looking out there at this parking lot. But beyond the parking lot, look at there's yellow, orange, green.
That's kind of like my drive up into Vermont this weekend. I did a nice little leaf peeping tour on Sunday.
So all of that beautiful yellow, orange, green, it's all going to end up in my front yard, and I'm going to have to clean it up. It's beautiful now. I got to know how come
Jay is Scrooge for fall.
Yeah, this is it.
Jay, just hire somebody for that.
I got all the leaves. My neighbor's got none. How does that happen?
Because you go to work and they pull out the leaf blower.
That's right. They're blowing leaves into your house. That's
Jay,
exactly
that's
right.
called winning.
That's winning. That's winning. So, I played Haunted Heart by Christina Aguilera. Why don't we play song number 7 here, Peter Coles? This is a song by the country western star, Sammy Kershaw.
Yeah, that's right.
And Sammy Kershaw. And it's called Haunted Heart. Same song. I mean, same title, different song.
Go down the road, call yesterday, and take a left on a lost highway, and make a right on memory lane, and drive until you feel the pain, and at the river of tears, take one last turn, cross the bridge that just won't burn. A rundown house is love's graveyard. That's where you find my haunted heart. Well, my haunted heart can't rest in peace. It's buried with her memory. It's a living hell here after dark. All alone with a haunted heart.
Late at night, a slamming door, shadows move across the floor, and footsteps fall on silent stairs. I hear her call, but no one's there. Her photograph hangs by the bed, a grim reminder love is dead. The love I killed just won't depart. It's a living in my haunted heart. Well, my haunted heart can't rest in peace. It's buried with her memory. It's a living hell here after dark. All alone with the haunted heart. I say I'm all alone with a haunted heart.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. Oh, what was that? Kaboom. Marty the Martian.
Marvin
the Martian. Oh, I got it straight. All right.
It was Uncle Martin.
Uncle
my
Martin.
favorite Martian.
Yeah. His wife used to call him Marty. That's why we call him Marty. Marty the Martian.
No, I'm not buying it.
No, you're not buying it. Hey, that's JPEG Luca, trustee sidekick. We've got my travel. Oh, we've got my Tsarina with a T.
Zarina.
Tsarina. It's an alternative spelling for Tsarina.
Okay.
Instead of CZ, it's TZ. So travel Tsarina is actually two T's.
I see.
You get it? I don't think that's alliteration, but I may be wrong on that.
Tazar.
Yeah.
Tazar.
I'm more of a travel wizard.
Oh, that's even better, especially this time of year. Well, but now, wizard is a male, though? It's a Wizardina, or is there
according to Harry Potter, they're all wizards.
They're all wizards, yes.
So it's a gender-free name now.
Gender neutral.
Gender neutral.
Term, yeah.
Gender neutral. We used to have actresses when I was on the stage. Now we have actors.
Right.
Everyone's an actor.
See, I was a fan of wizards going way back to Merlin. You know, Merlin was the wizard's wizard in my book.
Oh,
yes, absolutely.
I think Gandalf for me is a wizard.
Gandalf.
Wizards. Yeah. But Merlin.
I'm sorry, I go back
I'm a
to.
fan.
I'm very much the traditionalist,
Yes.
King Arthur, of which all wizardry has grown.
Yeah. Well, see, Gandalf, you would never dare hug. Merlin, to me, is somebody I want to hug Merlin.
That's because you don't want him mad at you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you want Gandalf mad at you.
No. Good.
Hey, that woman is. We were talking about that Tsarina there. That wizard of travel is Janine Queenan, and Janine is from StoriedAdventures.com. And Janine, I just came back from Scotland. It was a great trip, incidentally.
Scotland is fabulous.
Oh my God, Ireland on steroids, as I call it. And you said that did I miss a haunted trip in Scotland?
Well, I'm sure you're not surprised to hear that Scotland, there are a lot of so-called haunted spots in Scotland, considering its history and everything.
Macbeth, there's a ghost from Macbeth, I think, somewhere. Yeah.
Well, Edinburgh Castle is supposed to be haunted.
Edinburgh Castle is haunted.
Supposed to be.
See, I avoided it because I had seen it once, and I prefer. There's another castle there called Holyrood.
The Queen's cat. The Queen's
That's
summer
the castle.
home.
One is at the bottom of the hill. The other one's at the top of the Royal Mile there. And if you can't get to the one at the top of the hill, Edinburgh Castle, I really recommend Hollywood. Hollywood is in California. Holyrood. I guess it's Holy Road, I guess,
yes.
in a way. But that's where Mary, Queen of Scots' lover was killed, etc. And you can go through the room and stuff. But so Edinburgh Castle is haunted, huh?
Well, it's supposed to be. But there's another spot, too. I don't know. Did you go to Mary King's Close while you were there?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, we took that tour.
Isn't that
You
amazing?
told me about it, and that's why we went.
Oh, isn't it fabulous?
Oh, my God.
So-
Yes. So tell everybody what Mary King's Close is. Mary King's Close. Mary King is a woman.
So if you don't know what a close is, it's just an alleyway. I mean, that's what they call alleyways in Scotland.
Yeah.
So, about 400 years ago, it was all the alleyways were neighborhoods, and they were layered on top of each other. So there'd be shops at the bottom, and then as you got higher and higher, the more wealthy you were. So there'd be apartments.
And it's a hill.
It's not a hill, very, very steep hill.
Very steep hill.
So I guess about 350, 400 years ago, a plague went through, and they bricked up this close with the people still in it to contain the plague. So it was bricked up. It was obviously the people perished inside, and then everyone forgot about it. And then they built and constructed Edinburgh
on top
over
of it.
On
top of it, yeah.
And then they tore down a building and they found it, and it was this close or a neighborhood that was entirely preserved. And you climb down this ladder. I mean, you've been there, Bob, and and it's lit just with these infrared lights, and all of the flats and businesses, everything still exists, and you're like stepping back in time.
Oh,
right?
It's so creepy in its own way, but so wonderful because it really gave you a sense of what it was like to live in that period in a town, and especially since, as they explained, everybody was throwing their garbage and their
waste.
Thank you, out on the street, and very tight quarters, and you wondered how people lived. What was interesting to me on that tour, there was one gentleman that had a potter shop that lived there until 1972 or something. I mean,
really?
It's strange. Well, it was open for. I may be wrong on this, but he lived there for a long while. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it was 1872 or something.
Right.
I have no idea. But that is a tour that is worth seeing, and it's right on that Royal Mile there. And then you can come out and you can go to right across the street. Practically is Deacon Brodie's, which is a wonderful pub. But the Deacon Brodie's house is there. The basis for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Robert Louis Stevenson. It's a great city for writers.
It is a great city for writers and for walking. It's a beautiful walking city. And what I liked about Mary King's Close is, when I first saw it, I thought it'd be kind of a tourist trap. I really was uncertain because it has kind of this a little bit of a cheesy feel to it when you get into it.
They have a gift shop before you go in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know you're headed in some way.
But sometimes you find these little surprises.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Went into it, and I'm a real history buff, so I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, I think it would be something really unique. But back to the ghost story.
Yeah.
So apparently they've had a lot of experience down there, and they have a camera taking pictures, sort of filming and making sure nothing's happening. And there's a picture, if you Google it, you can see it. It was probably, I think in the 80s they found it, but you can see the image of a man, and he's alone in, so people haven't been there. It is a very steep alleyway. So it goes, so you start at the bottom and you can look up into a doorway to exit.
Right.
And he is standing in the doorway.
Oh,
so if anyone
gosh.
wants to Google it, it's Mary King's Close ghost picture, I guess you would say.
Travel is cheaper now in October. When does travel season start to be cheaper?
Depends on where you want to go.
Got it.
I mean, certainly there's shoulder seasons everywhere. I mean, Europe it's still beautiful.
What's a shoulder season?
It's just less crowded, less expensive. There's more availability. In a lot of times, the busiest time is when school vacation happens, of course, because that's when families are able to travel.
Yeah.
But Europe, it's still beautiful in Europe, especially Southern Europe. If you go to Italy, it's still a gorgeous time to go. The weather's nice. It's less crowded. Less crowded, less expensive, depends on where you go, what you do. But because there's more availability, you can sometimes find a deal.
Do the flights get cheaper as you get closer to the cold season of winter, or do the flights just still fluctuate from?
Flights fluctuate. I wish I had the magic answer about when to buy a flight.
Yet.
I don't know the secret. There is no secret. I honestly believe that. I think one thing I know for sure that because of cookies, when you do a search on the internet, cookies, it's something they track what you do.
Chocolate chip.
Macadamia nut.
Right.
Well, now we've got an argument going.
It depends where you're going. You get macadamia in Hawaii.
Exactly.
What kind do you get in Scotland? I would
shortbread.
Shortbread cookies.
Before we get off the subject, you were talking about cookies. So the websites are tracking where you've been.
Yes, exactly. So when you go and search for airline tickets, they know that you've been there, and it causes the price to fluctuate. If you go back to a website again and again, they'll think there's a demand for flights to Wyoming, and it will start to change. You'll see it start to change. That's true.
So can you make it go less?
You can, go and search in incognito mode or secret mode. So, and I have a Mac, so it's called incognito mode, and I think on for Microsoft
depends on the browser, but yeah.
Yes, so you go and you search in secret, and they can't see you. So you do.
So do you go to the search bar and then do something to make you invisible? How is that?
So on a Mac, it's just on the pull-down menu, and it says go into incognito mode, and you can do that. And you'll just go into it, and it comes up, and they have a little secret spy guy, like the spy, and it's a darker screen, and you know you're in incognito mode.
And it blocks wherever you go from seeing who you are and where you've been.
Right. But it does not, if you are at work, it does not do that. It tells you that. So if you're doing something like that you shouldn't be doing.
It doesn't mean it doesn't mean.
Have you done that at work? Have you ever
tracking
worked for a place and you go, I just want to go on Yahoo for just for a little bit, and then and then you're thinking the next day, oh my God, they're gonna go.
They'll see it.
Yeah.
Well, a friend of mine is one of my accounts. I worked in the computer rooms of many, many big businesses, and I'm in a particular insurance company in the Berkshires. And I know the people there, been knowing them for years. And one of the secretaries or assistants outside the computer room, she guards the world, but she's been there forever, right? So she's like, she's ready to retire, but she's been there forever, knows everybody, everything, and everybody trusts her. Well, she wanted to buy some sporting gift for her grandson. And of course, we have a Dick's, nearby. Dick's Sporting Good. So she goes to what she thought was going to be the website for Dick's.
Oh my God, help me! God, help me! We're not going there, Janine. Please block your ears.
This is a family show. This is a family show.
It wasn't what she was expecting.
Oh.
Her first thought was horror that now everybody's IT department is going to know where she's been.
Oh.
True.
Oh.
Was she at work?
Oh.
Yes, she was. She was sitting right outside the computer
room.
room.
My.
On her computer.
You need to tell HR right away
really?
that happened.
And it was the first thing she did. She calls HR, and they all start laughing because everybody knows her. They go, don't worry about it. No.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's so funny. You do have to be careful.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
But there is a way to search.
So
the airlines can't see you, and that does help. It's really there's no magic bullet when
I
it
never
comes
knew
to
this.
airlines.
Is that why I go, James? I just found a $400 trip to Europe, to Britain or someplace.
And you go back,
and then I go back and it's 500 or something.
Yeah,
they know.
I'm not an IT person, but I believe that. I believe it because it's happened to me so many times. Like you literally leave for a minute to check with whoever you're traveling with, and say you come back, it's $100 more, $200 more, or there's no availability.
Yeah, and I'm after my last flight with someone who's name shall remain Spirit. I'm
We'll
gonna
say
I'm
Halloween.
Gonna go, I'm gonna,
Halloween.
yeah,
They call it Halloween.
It's a Halloween airline.
Airline.
And
Horror
airline.
It's just I tried to go the cheap route, and whether it's them or anybody else, if you go the cheap route, you pay the price somewhere along the line.
You do.
All right, I'm going to pay the big price. I'm going to get the comfy seat, and I'm going to sit there and enjoy it for 6 hours.
Yes.
You know,
and even making sure that you have a seat. A lot of times, if you do the cheapest flight or you do Spirit or something, you won't necessarily have a seat assigned to you when you get there, and that is
it's a
sketchy.
free-for-all.
If you
Yeah.
have to, if you have to be someone. Be somewhere. Pay the extra $25 for a seat.
It's not worth cheaping out.
Or
but
getting
that's just
that seat that doesn't go back because you're in the back row.
Exactly.
You have to sit up.
Although we could have a discussion about whether you should put your seat back or not.
I like the back row too.
That's an argument.
Yeah, but I don't like to be in the lap of the guy behind me.
Right.
All right. So
exactly.
I gotta ask. In order to be safe, I have to have my seat in the upright position. All right. So when it's back and reclined, it's reclined by 2 inches.
Right.
So how does 2 inches in a crash keep me safer?
I tell you what, you're more in danger from the guy behind you because you just went into his space for the whole flight.
Oh, he's going to whack me. Get out of my space.
That's more dangerous.
Yeah.
Just have to learn how to sleep sitting up.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Is it better to go the upgrade? I always wonder when suddenly I've got frequent flyer miles or something, and they say, well, you could upgrade or whatever. Is that worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay.
I'm like, anytime you can upgrade, especially on a flight, it will be nirvana.
Oh,
once in my life.
But I would not want to upgrade. I want a long flight. I mean, I'd like to go to China. I want to be pampered for 8 hours, not a 2-hour trip to Chicago.
Right.
The day they give me the free upgrade, it's going to be from here to like DC.
Oh God. Yeah.
But I do take that. One time when I first met my wife, we were going to LA or something out in California, and the flight was full, and we got bumped to first class.
Nice.
I've only been in first class once. I loved it, and then I saw what it cost. I've never been back.
Although it's hard to go back. I have flown business class, so it's tough to go back.
It is.
So when you're in that, what's the thing beyond business class? Is that where do you sit if you're not in business? What's the
above business class is first class, but a lot of airlines don't have first classes anymore. It's because they don't really sell. They do sell a lot of business class because there are a lot of business travelers, and then they can expense it and things like that. But you have like an Emirates, they do have a first class. You can buy a suite. You can take a shower on the plane.
No, you got no. Please God, no.
Sure.
Really?
But you're in the air a long time. Yeah, you're in the air a long time.
But still, I mean, so there are airlines that still have first class, but most of them are business classes. Business class, but they're nice. They're much different than business class would have been probably 20
Virgin,
years
I
ago.
think, does that as well.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have a seat. You have it reclines into a bed.
It's a bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
not that I've ever been there.
No, but the problem is, when you're in economy, okay. And this is terrible because they make you walk. It's the walk of shame. That you walk by everybody and they're having their
cattle call.
There's champagne and they're luxurious and everything, and then you're going back to steerage. And there are 40 people across a row, and you're hoping to God that the woman that's in front of you, who has her bologna sandwich sticking out of her is not going to sit next to you, and damn she does, or the person that's coughing.
Yes. That's terrible because you're sitting and then you see people coming down the aisle like,
please God,
oh,
no.
Don't sit with me.
No, oh my God, what do you?
I hope no one thinks that about me.
No.
Back to the school bus days, right? You remember school bus? The same thing.
Oh
now,
my God.
Let's talk about train travel for a minute, and I'm sure this is a long discussion. We'll do another time, but we've all experienced the horror of planes. train still, to me, tends to be a little more luxurious, a little more of an adventure.
Right.
You get a little bit more room.
You get more room,
Walk
too.
around.
You get up and walk around. There's a lounge car.
There's a certain smell to trains, though, that is different than an air. I mean, they still haven't learned that trick with that they spray the
new train
the thing
smell?
comes out of
train
the
smell.
Yeah.
Bob,
There's a
diesel
train
exhaust is diesel exhaust,
Oh,
unless you're on an electric train.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Gotcha.
what would you recommend for someone that wanted to go on a long excursion and say go across the country in a train?
I'd say go to Europe.
Does wait a minute. I have a question. Does Amtrak still have the monthly rail pass?
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I mean,
they're
we do
doing everything to
trains.
keep it alive.
Because you can do different segments. You book your segments and you could do a month. So you could do a round trip of the U.S. on segments of Amtrak. I remember that from years ago. I don't know if they still have that or not.
The price of going for a room on a train is like so exorbitant. I mean, like I went
compartment.
a compartment, and we were trying to get to Chicago, and we had blown all our money on maybe 2 trips that year to Europe, and so we're going out to Wisconsin. We go to Chicago and then take a train in to Kenosha, and so James and I said we were going to sleep overnight on the train. Okay. So we built our own little compartment. We had our clothes bags, okay, and we put them on the what do you call the stand? What do you call those things? Packing. What do you call trunk? The trunk stand or whatever. So we had this little. You had to walk through to get to our place. And everything. It was really kind of cool.
I have some funny train stories traveling in
yes.
Europe, but yeah. And
is it similar?
Trying to sleep overnight on the train. I think in the United States, the infrastructure isn't as good as other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So you could take. I know that you could travel across the country on a train, but I don't think it's as easy or as fast. I mean, Europe, the trains are nicer. I mean, a lot of people travel by train. And in Asia, of course, you have the bullet trains.
Yeah.
You can get places in a few hours.
Oh,
Because
my
they're
gosh.
Traveling, I don't know, something like, I want to say like 500 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, 500 miles an hour. And the other thing, I think, is that there is a certain beauty to there are some wonderful trips across country that probably you could enjoy looking out at the landscapes here in America, maybe. But the majority, I don't want to be having the train go by Enfield, one after another, after another, after another. But I do like train travel.
Right.
I got to say, I like train travel, especially in Europe. And there's a great way to travel through Europe by getting those Eurail passes.
Yes. And Canada, too, has a lot of trains, especially in the West.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Hey, Janine, where would you recommend people to go now this weekend?
This weekend?
Yes.
Oh, on the spot. How about go to Salem?
Salem. Okay, I'm going to say go to New York. New York. Autumn in New York is there's something about autumn in New York specifically that I love. Now, I'll play Autumn in New York next week for you because it's one of my favorite songs. But I think that Jay, where are you going to recommend people to go this weekend?
I'll be polite.
He wants them to go in the other room and leave them alone. That's what it is. Hey, Janine, to go on storiedadventures.com.
Yes. I'm also on Facebook too.
Yeah, and what's that wonderful blog you do with your friend?
Oh, that's Messy Middle Road Trip Podcast. So you can find that at messymiddleroadtrip.com.
Oh, fabulous. We love having you. You're a great guest. Honestly. Hair of yours next time. That's your assignment. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to play a song called what movie is this? Day-O.
Beetlejuice.
That's okay. So I'm playing Day-O from Harry Belafonte. This is Beetlejuice.
Daylight come and me want go home. Work all night and a drink a rum. Daylight come and me want go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Live 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me want go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me want go home. There is a day, oh. Daylight come and me want go home. There is a day, is a day, is a day. Daylight come and me want go home. A beautiful bunch, a ripe banana. Daylight come and we want go home. Hide the deadly black tarantula. Daylight come and we want go home. Live 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we want go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and we want go home. There is a day, oh. Daylight come and we want go home. There is a day, is a day, is a day. Daylight come and we want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we want go home. Day-o, day-o. Daylight come and me want go home. Day, is that day, is that